As the snow begins to fall on the highlands of Yellowstone National Park, the wildlife must migrate to lower grounds outside the park's boundaries, where the snowpack is thinner and permits easier grazing. This migration is a natural survival instinct of one of Yellowstone's most valuable resources, the buffalo herd.
The ones in Yellowstone are pure, and they're the only ones that have never been fenced in, caged up, or domesticated, and so that's what makes them extremely significant.
Current federal legislation permits the Montana Department of Livestock and the National Park Service to kill any buffalo that wanders outside of the park. During the winter of 1996, 1,083 buffalo were killed. The DOL and NPS are concerned that the Yellowstone buffalo will transmit a contagious bacterial disease called Brucellosis to the Montana livestock.
It's a germ, and it's a very serious germ for the cattle industry in that it causes the loss of a calf when a cow is pregnant. So it's a direct economic loss to an individual producer.
Failed pregnancies from brucellosis in Yellowstone buffalo are almost unheard of. They're so hard to document that the Park Service in all their history has only documented 4 times a buffalo not having a successful pregnancy and finding a fetus in the environment.
In fact, this fetus died only because its mother was being hazed by the DOL while she was giving birth. The Montana DOL believes that contact between cattle and buffalo will result in infected cattle and a subsequent ban on Montana beef. Yet cattle aren't even present in the area during the winter months, and male buffalo can't transfer the disease.
There's never been a documented case of brucellosis being transmitted between wild buffalo and domestic cattle. The chances of it happening are extremely low.
You can't legitimately say that we should be killing bull buffalo because bulls don't have abortions. You can't legitimately say we should kill the buffalo or not allow them to occupy public lands even in January, February, and March because there's no cattle around in some of those areas. There simply are not.
But the 3 buffalo killed this winter were all bulls, and their brucellosis test results were negative. Grassroots activist group, the Buffalo Field Campaign, claims that blaming brucellosis is a guise, and the issue is really about grazing rights. To ease tension in the livestock community, the DOL initiated the Interagency Bison Management Plan. The plan says that the Yellowstone ecosystem can only support 3,000 buffalo. If the herd exceeds this population, buffalo straying outside park boundaries become fair game for the strong-arm tactics of the DOL and NPS. This winter, the herd is over 4,200 buffalo.
Stated within the Interagency Bison Management Plan that bison can be hazed back into the park. When that is no longer successful, they can be captured and tested for the disease of brucellosis. If they cannot be captured, they can be lethally removed.
The Montana Department of Livestock uses snowmobiles just like this to haze buffalo that wander outside of the park into captivity pens. Hazing tactics not only disrupt the buffalo, but they also affect the sensitive Yellowstone habitat and other native animals. Buffalo are hazed either back into the park or into capture facilities. The DOL operates the Horse Butte Livestock Capture Facility during the winter months. Yellowstone buffalo are captured and kept here. The close confinement of the capture facilities often results in terrible injuries to the buffalo, who are accustomed to open range.
Well, life isn't a zero-risk situation. We have to do things that are based on risk management. And that's what we're advocating. We're saying that there are simple solutions, common sense things that can be done to prevent Montana from losing its brucellosis-free status by managing the cows. Simply just design plans for cattle that will keep buffalo and cattle from being together during the calving season, if that's what they need to do. Vaccinate the cows. Don't focus on the buffalo. Don't be killing buffalo based on a disease that's really just a red herring, that there's nothing there.
From America's first national park and home to the last free-ranging buffalo herd, I'm Abby Steinbrook, News Team Boulder.